Hi everyone, thanks for keeping it here on Bluegrass Home Garden TV. Art is with us. We are in the culmination, almost, of our kind of summer-inspired grill recipes, and summer's not officially over yet. We gotta wait till later in September, so I know everybody thinks like as soon as school starts back, especially like Labor Day, everything's fall, but
we have some time still.
We have some time.
We definitely do.
Absolutely. I actually thought we were going to be making breakfast today somehow because I thought this was potatoes. I was like, oh, we're making like a breakfast hash? He's like, no, nachos.
No. Yeah, we're doing a smoky nachos. So.
All right, so walk us through what we need if we want to recreate this.
You need like the block cheese. They have something that's called a queso blanco, which is just like a white melty cheese. Couple cans of the tomatoes that have diced green
tomatoes
chilies
with green chilies and stuff,
and then this is just a spicy breakfast sausage that I just use. I like using chorizo as well, but chorizo.
Did y'all see how he said that?
Yeah.
I say chorizo.
Yeah.
And what did you say?
Chorizo. So, but when you do it on a smoker, the chorizo can actually get really greasy with the cheese and everything else. So it's better like in a crock pot more so than a smoker, for my opinion. But try it. You know, it's whatever. Everyone has their own take on stuff. So
I had to pick on you because you know, like Richard at Springhouse Gardens picks on me every time I say rhododendron. No, I don't even know what I say because he has picked on me so much. Rhododendron.
Yeah.
Oh my God. You can take the girl out of London, but you can't take the London out of the girl.
Same thing with me. You can take the boy out of Texas.
There you go. There you go. Nothing wrong with a little bit of that sneaking through occasionally.
Yes, it is.
All right. So you've already.
I've done all the prep.
Okay.
Normally, like if you're gonna just do it yourself, what I do is once this is like you're browning your meat and everything else, just start cubing your stuff up and getting all prepped. It's really, really simple. I mean, it's just you cube up the whole block of the cheese. You just get 2 cans, a cup of milk, and 8 ounces of shredded cheese, and then you just literally just put it together and throw it on the smoker until it's all melted.
And if you had like one of the Blackstone type places, you could actually do this on there. And let's just for 1 second say, right now, everything is going on sale.
Yes.
I've been having my eye on a couple because I just have a small gas grill, so I've been with everything that Art has set up here. I've been kind of making some mental notes, and with the recipes, like I don't have a smoker, I don't have a Blackstone, so everything seems to be going on sale right now. So this is a great time too that, you know, if you don't have the ultimate outdoor grilling setup, like you might be able to take advantage of some of those.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, keep it here. We'll be back and we'll get this cooking.
Yep.
Well, let me be the first to introduce you, unless you follow them on social media. The newest team member at Jimmy Nash Homes, Boo.
Yeah, comes to the office every day, so we haven't made it there this morning, so.
And I know
he's on our
clients,
job site.
They love it. They absolutely love seeing you interact with him.
They do. Gosh. They love seeing him, whether he's on the job site or at the office, office meetings. He's pretty chill.
He is. He's a good boy, Boo. Good boy. Well, we are back out at Serenity, giving you another preview into this beautiful home. We've shown people some of this bathroom before, but it's kind of, you know, getting those last minute touches on it. This master suite, owner's suite. Wow.
Yeah. It's a gorgeous bathroom. Light fixtures are really nice here. You know, it's got the gold accents and all the porcelain. All this is porcelain. It's all imported, so all the walls are porcelain, and there's an accent wall here. So
I know, and I really like this light fixture in here as well.
Yeah.
We talked about it a little bit last time, Jimmy. I mean, you've got several projects going on here in this development. I mean, we can look at the size of this project and know that that's not inexpensive.
Right.
And a lot of people see the price of everything right now and they're like, you know what, I'm just going to wait. The market's got to reset itself. Right.
Yeah. Well, you know, that for 30 years, every year it gets more expensive. So, you know, the thing about building is come to us, let's design what you want, price it out, and then we go through a value engineering process. So we hardly ever make the plan smaller or change the plan, but most often it's what goes into the house or how the house is done.
Yeah.
That changes the price. So that would be my recommendation. Some things can be done later, like a pool or a finished basement.
Yeah. But that's probably why a lot of people are thinking things have just went crazy too, because people are wanting more out of their house, especially coming out of COVID. A lot of people are wanting to utilize that space, so maybe they're not waiting to finish a basement. Maybe they're not waiting to get those pools. They're building it all in on the front, which obviously is going to make that average new home price of a house at this level be a lot more of an investment up front.
Oh, for sure. And let's say audio, video, or theater rooms, just as popular now. So, we used to spend $5,000, now we're spending $50,000, $150,000, $200,000 on those items now. So.
Yeah, well, you think about, I think back when you built my home, what all was available versus now. All the home automation. Back then it was like the home theater, maybe some sound throughout everything, but now, you can have locks all integrated. Everything. Possibly, your appliances are integrated.
Exactly. So there's a lot of that technology that comes into play, and some of it is expensive, some of it not so expensive. So we can talk about those options with the customer, kind of down to where their budget is, and build the type of house that they want and their needs are around their budget. And when we give them a price, it's going to be a guaranteed price. So they don't have to worry about starting out at one price and being twice as much a year later when it's finished.
And you've got the Waldorf coming up, your townhomes, your luxury townhomes. So of course, if you all have information that you need from him about any of those areas that might be appealing to them, they can just reach out to you.
JimmyNashHomes.com or jnash@jimmynashhomes.com.
Thanks for keeping it here. Art.
Yep.
Let's get started. We've told
ready?
everybody the ingredients and everything.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
All right. Go ahead and get the meat put inside there.
And you don't spray that or anything because there's enough fat content with the meat. You're not having
And I do try to pat some of it out. Like what I do is whenever I'm browning it, I tilt the pan up a little bit, and I just literally just put a paper towel and soak up the grease and just throw the paper towel away. It helps. Sometimes people are more sensitive to grease than other people, so you just try to find a happy medium.
I like it.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yep.
Well, you're gonna have fat content with the cheese.
You're gonna have all kinds, and you got liquid inside these cans and stuff like that. So just put it all in there.
Now, if you like it a little spicier.
Yes. Normally, I would put a bunch of jalapenos in there.
See? Did you see how he said that?
The Texas boy. So.
I say jalapenos.
A lot of people around here do.
We can pick on Art because Art picks on himself.
Oh,
He loves it. He relishes in it.
I do. I smile. I glow.
Okay.
So,
Okay. We missed one.
Run away. All right.
Little cheese. And what kind of blend is that?
This, I like the Fiesta blend.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah.
We going with nachos or anything?
Yep.
This, yes.
And the cool thing about this one, you don't have to worry about trying to cover it or nothing else. You just you want that smoke to really get inside there, and just kind of pour your milk all around there, and just let it go. Set the smoker 275-ish, somewhere in that area, and there you go. That's it.
My brain is sitting here thinking, how many different spins on this recipe could I do?
Oh, it's countless. It is absolutely countless with the stuff that this could do. You could add the different types of meats. You can do, some people like just a straight block cheese, it's not the white ones. Some people like Colby Jack. Some people, a little thing you can always do is if you use any of the Sharp stuff, if you know someone's lactose intolerant, the Sharp is almost naturally lactose free, and you can use lactose milk and stuff like that. So, the variations are absolutely endless.
I love to take a pre-made pico and doctor it up with a lot of extra cilantro and lime zest and lime juice, and that would be a great way to top it with it, because it might be the way I could get my kids to eat it, because they love pico. All right, we'll be back here in just a few.
Okay, it's fall. It's feeling good out there, and Kentucky's nothing but perfect during the fall, and so I'm starting to get my inner fall going on, and we got these beautiful pumpkins that came in, and I thought, instead of having to buy an expensive $50 container or find something, why don't I use some of our pumpkins? And here's a beautiful version of a white one. I took the top of this green pumpkin off, like this one, and carved it out, and I put a little piece of styrofoam in there, and then got my little moss, got my little pick that I use, and lay that on top. Let me slide this over so you can see a little bit better. Slide it over, and that covers it up, and that gives my starting point for my arrangement, and I'm going to cut these beautiful flowers up that's going to go in this. So I'm going to start with this leaf. I always feel like that's the base, and so if I start with my leaf, and I cut him apart, and I kind of bend it and shape it. Stick it in my styrofoam. Look at that. It's pretty already, just a leaf stuck in it. And I may not use all of this. Part of this is more than enough, I guess. And this is part of a piece of eucalyptus. Kind of shape him and bend him, let it kind of spill out. Let's get another oak leaf here. Cutting it off from a little stem. Poking it in my styrofoam. So that's my little start, my base for everything to build on. And I kind of look at everything and I'm thinking, I'm going to just use this hydrangea. And this is a hydrangea bush that we sell here at the store. So I'm going to cut it up. Cut my leaf off because I don't need that. Cut my stem. Poke me a single hydrangea down in there. Got it? Isn't that pretty? Let's stop there. I'll cut some more pieces up and have those ready to go. And I'll show you how to finish it up. See you in a minute.
Scott of Comfort Master is with us once again as we look forward to fall. It's a good time to pause and think about maybe if we've had some hot spots this summer, because it has been quite a doozy.
It has been very hot this summer.
Yeah, so if we've had those hot spots, Scott, I would assume that as we go into the winter, especially if it's a really, really cold winter, those rooms are probably going to turn into cold spots.
Correct.
Okay, so what can we do?
There's multiple things you can do. The best thing to do is to have a licensed air conditioning company like ourselves come out, inspect the ductwork, see if you have duct leakage, if you're losing some of the paid for air, like we like to call it, whether it's heated or cooled, into the attic. Maybe that duct has been disconnected into that hot area or cold area of the house. Actually physically inspect it just to make sure all the air that you are paying for is actually getting into the house.
Okay. Now, if you have an area like over a garage, it might be that there's a poor insulation issue,
It could be an insulation issue. It could be not necessarily over the garage. It could be a dome ceiling where the insulation has fallen down and it's just not in that area. So there's multiple ways to look at it. Just has to basically be visually inspected to see.
All right. They have questions?
Give us a call, 859-255-0728. We'll be happy to help.
All right. Thanks for coming here on Bluegrass Home Garden TV. If you are just joining us, Art with Hubbard Mechanical is with us once again, and we're trying to finish out the last few weeks of summer with lots of grills, smoker, Blackstone type recipes that we've been doing for the last several weeks. If they are just tuning in, Art, walk us through really quick what is getting ready to go in the smoker.
Some type of a ground meat. You can do sausage, chorizo, beef. I mean, it's endless. White cheese of the block melty cheese. You get about 8 ounces of the shredded cheese and 2 cans of the tomatoes that have the diced green chilies in them. And just put it together and that's it. Simple.
Easy peasy.
Yep.
This could be one that I definitely get the kids involved with. All right.
All right.
You, do your thing.
Yeah.
And as we are approaching fall, is there anything plumbing wise that we should just really kind of be putting on our radar?
Yeah, as we're doing a lot more stuff that we're grilling and we're like crock pot type stuff, just want to make sure that all that grease and stuff does not go down the drain.
Good point, good point. And of course, as the seasons do change, leaves start to change color and start to fall, always want to make sure that our gutters are kept nice and clean.
Yes, yeah, 100%. That's, that can lead to so much foundation issues. It can lead, if you're in a crawl space, it can kind of get to where you're a little bit moldy, so there's tons of stuff.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Yeah.
I've got a drain that needs to be really taken away from the house.
Yeah.
Because even with the extender, the water's just going right back into the crawl space. So.
Yeah, I've done that at my house, and actually what I do at the end of it, when you extend it, put a pit of gravel.
Yep.
So it dissipates it.
I gotta do that.
Yeah.
Home ownership.
Yep. Yay.
Never ends. All right, we'll take a short break. Be back here in just a few, and we'll see how things are progressing back there.
Hey, this is Richard Weber out here at Springhouse Gardens. Have you all noticed how beautiful the crepe myrtles are this year? I've got one here that's got quite a story to tell. A lot of years crepe myrtles don't do so well, but this year everywhere all over town they look fantastic. This one was actually a root sprout from a tree that was about 20 feet tall here in the late 90s. We transplanted it from a job because I had a client that didn't like this watermelon pink color. So we dug it up as a probably 10 or 12 foot tall tree, moved it here back in the late 90s, and it was fine for probably 10 years. Then one winter, it completely died. What we always tell people here in central Kentucky when they're asking about crepe myrtles, because there's a lot of transplants from Georgia, South Carolina, Tennessee, and the crepe myrtles are beautiful down south. Up here, they're just so-so. So what we always tell people is that if we have a bad winter, they could literally be killed to the ground, but don't despair, they'll come back up. Well, this guy, it's a big tree, it died, it was gone for 2 years. I thought all this advice I've been giving people, and it never came back up. We had the stump ground out. The stump was way over in there. We had it ground out. I thought it was completely gone. 2 years later, these little sprouts came up from whatever roots were left. And this tree now has grown back up, and I've just left it here. But it wasn't supposed to be here once we removed the big tree. And now there's even sprouts coming up from older roots. So crepe myrtles are not the most reliable tree around here. So just keep that in mind when you're choosing them. If you buy a tree, it could get killed back to the ground, and then you start out with a shrub, and eventually you have to just keep trimming it up and lifting it up. And I'm going to show you that in another segment. But you've got to have it in a place where that's okay to do, where you're fine with a tree or a shrub. So just keep that in mind when you're picking out tree form crepe myrtles, and we'll talk about some of the other options in the next segment. But until then, if you have any questions, you can give us a call at Springhouse Gardens at 859-224-1417, or you can email us at greatplants@springhousegardens.com. Until next time.
All right, Art.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to check it?
I'm going to check it. It's getting pretty daggone close. So I'm going to do some stir and then let it all just kind of melt together. So
sounds fantastic. All right, now, you know, Art, I'm actually thinking though, so this is on like the smoke, more like getting more of that smoke flavor, but if we just really love this, we could still do this in the oven.
Oh, 100%.
Like in the middle of the winter.
Yeah, 100%. The smoke just gives the cheese just a whole different flavor. So, and some people don't like smoked cheese. So if you don't like smoked cheese, don't try this one. You can do it on a propane grill versus a pellet one, and you have a different flavor profile altogether.
You know, here's the thing too, like if you're like me, I will cook on my grill or whatever as absolute long as I can. So I mean, you could pretty much well do this into the winter too. I mean, because especially with this, I mean, because you just kind of like set it, leave it, come back a little bit, stir it, and then wrap it up.
Yeah, I mean, I cook, I'd say 12 months a year out here. Like I've even been out here in an ice storm before. So if I got power and I got a way of seeing, I'm gonna be outside cooking. It just tastes better. Maybe I'm primitive, like caveman, like cooking over fire type stuff.
I love it. All right, we'll be back here in just a few. Stay tuned.
Hey guys, we're coming back, and before, what we started with was I took one of our pumpkins and I hollowed out the middle and put styrofoam in it, and I had this leaf, and we got our hydrangea, and that gets my starting point. So the next thing is, what's this? Bittersweet. Love some bittersweet. That's classic fall for me. So I'm pulling this back, and you noticed I kind of bending it, shaping it. It's kind of underneath the leaf and underneath the hydrangea. I need a little bit of height in one, so I'm going to poke one kind of in the middle, let it come up, give me some height out of it, kind of bend it. You don't want it straight up, you want to give a little shape to it. And this is, what you're going to recognize is, this is the power of one, which I've said before. This is just one bittersweet bush and one leaf bush and one hydrangea bush. Actually, I only use one hydrangea, so you really can just say one flower, not even the whole bush. Poke me some more bittersweet in there. Kind of clustering it all together. Look at that, how pretty that is. That's classic fall for me. The last little piece. And for the unexpected, and I keep using this in everything I use for some reason, but I'm going to use this lamb's ear. I just love the soft blue-gray color of that, and I still have this out in my garden in the fall, and I feel like if I can go find it in the yard and cut from it, then if it's now, I can use it. And it just gives a totally different color and a different texture, but isn't this beautiful? Look at that. And my last little piece of the puzzle, I've just got some funny little berry, and I love that. So I'm going to cut the stem off. and I can see my head. I'm going to tuck it and kind of let it spill out toward the front. Kind of, again, poking it under the hydrangea, because I always feel like it's like you're in the forest, and there's a tree, and there's moss, and these layers and layers on top of things. So that's how I keep seeing it. But really yellowy green, very blue, but all these different textures and colors, and that is beautiful enough to set. I see it sitting on the foyer table, but you can set it on a tray and set it on your coffee table. You can set it on the kitchen island. It's pretty versatile once it's all set, and I think you can go different places. But I hope this inspired you. We've got everything that I've made here at the store. You can come and see us. And it's housebyjsd.com if you want to do it online, or 1148 Industry Road. Thank you, guys.
I think it's about that time to pull it off.
Yep.
Which also means I'm going to have to wait even longer, because I know better. I know better than to grab the tortillas and just immediately dive in. Because if I do, then I'm not going to be able to eat or really taste anything the rest of the day, because I've scalded my mouth.
Yep, it will definitely let you know it was a mistake.
So now, how long do you typically kind of let this just rest a little bit before you dig in?
Me? Usually I have a chip and I eat it while still on the grill. But I got, as my daughters and some of my guys that I work with will tell me, I've got a scalded tongue, so I just like it.
Yeah, and I'm thinking, I know we have tortillas, well, tortilla chips.
Yes.
But I'm actually thinking actual tortillas would be really, really good with this too.
It very well could. You can do, if you let it sit and kind of chill a little bit, where it's easier, it's more pliable, where it's not so runny, you can actually put it inside and make a quesadilla out of it even, something that simple. So, I mean, there's so much that you can do with the same thing. There's endless possibilities.
And maybe put it over rice.
You could, like almost like, especially if you put like some chicken, it could be like instead of putting the white melty cheese over your rice and your chicken, you know, for arroz con pollo, you can just put it right there.
I have no idea what he just mouthed off.
Chicken and rice. Chicken and rice. So.
But what did you actually say?
Arroz con pollo. So. Yeah, rice with chicken. So.
Okay.
But yeah, you put that instead of putting the white cheese, you put that over top of it, and it will just set it off.
All right. Well. Now we wait.
Yep.
You will have to wait as well. Just keep it here. Back with J&R Construction, Jimmy McKinney, the Skinny, is with us at another project they're showcasing today. And Jimmy, you know that I'm happy because I walk in and I see navy cabinets.
Navy cabinets with a blend of white.
But
you know, the one we looked at, it was an island separated. This one, you kind of did a two-tone of colors, which we've done that a few times, but you know, it's starting to become more popular to two-tone, where your base cabinets are a different color from your upper cabinets.
I like that too, because if you do all white, it can be a little
be overwhelming,
right?
Yeah.
But if you did all navy or all dark, it can kind of feel like a little bit closed in. So this is kind of like the blend of both worlds. And then you've got the lighter floors too.
Right, yeah, and we went with a tile floor, and the just opened it all up. It was reversed, so where we're backed up against this peninsula, it was over on the other side, and then there was a little wall here that you'll see on the before pictures and things. And but yeah, it really brightened it up, opened up the space. You just did the simple subway tile for the backsplash, the under cabinet lighting.
But I like the way they've mixed it up back here with a little more of that, you know, herringbone kind of look.
So it reversed it over there, and of course that really kind of, with the two-tone of cabinets, you can really kind of get a feel of how it is over there. So.
And these tops look very familiar.
Yes, they are a countertop.
Oh, Jimmy. Jimmy.
Quartz, and you know, that's just popular, the marble look with the veins, and you know, quartz is really a great product just because you can pick it out from a sample and it's going to be the same pattern through and through. And love granite too, but you know, granite's very specific to the slab, and you have to sometimes putting together in seams and stuff, it may not line up just right. But yeah, we love the quartz, and brought the tile floor in, and all the whites and the blues, and then stainless on the appliances.
This is the way, if you're going to do more of a white kitchen, in my mind, it's a good balance, because if it's just all white, you know, me as a mother with kids, I just think of all the handprints, especially down here, because that's at their level, right? You know, I'm happy to get everything out of the shelf up top, but it's a good blend.
It is. And then also, you know, the table area, doing the built-in bench seat, that's becoming popular too, and you know, getting all the cushions and the fabrics made local, and then having storage underneath that as well.
Yeah.
So I mean, it really maximized all the storage in here. And as you see before, you know, before picture had the soffits and the cabinets were hanging down, and it was just
it wasn't flowing very well.
I know, it just makes me look at my kitchen and be like, I gotta do something, add some more space in there.
Well, you know, all you gotta do is call us and take you through the design process.
I know, I only got so much to work with though, but I have a few ideas, All right, in the meantime, if people have questions.
Yeah, give us a call at the office. You know, check out our social media page. Did you know we have a TikTok page now?
I did.
Yeah, it's
I did.
So check that out. Give us a like there, follow. We post some pretty funny things there. So, but just give us a call at the office 859-225-0162 or go to jrcsi.com.
It's time. It's time.
Okay.
Go for it. Tell me if you like it.
I'm actually going to use a chip to just in case I make a mess.
Yeah. Yeah,
Ooh,
no,
it's a little thicker than I expected.
It is.
That's nice.
Yeah, and it actually, if you don't drain the diced tomatoes with the green chilies, it will actually be even thicker. I like to put it in there so it doesn't get so thick when you're trying to eat that it breaks your chip inside of it and everything else. I like it a little bit runnier from the get-go. So, and that you put the cup of milk in there to kind of help it make it more creamy as well.
You just keep talking.
All right, I'll keep talking, you keep eating. But what I love about this stuff, it's great for if you're having, you know, people over, you're having, you know, it's getting that time when we have weekends full of sports, you know, with the kids, with on TV and everything else. This is a great thing. You go there, you put it out there. Everyone has outdoor living areas now. You have the TVs. So you can have a TV outside while you're getting all this stuff done and just get all kinds of finger foods. And everyone's out here with you having a good time. And you just dig in and eat and you can graze on all the finger foods.
Graze.
Yeah.
And you don't have to worry about leftovers because that'll reheat really quick.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, it will go good, and then, like I said, you can do so much other stuff with it. You know, you can go with that. We talked earlier about, you know, you can put it with the roast con pollo, but what you can do instead of using the sausage, you can put ground chicken in it even, and so it will actually be in there the whole time as well. I mean, so there's a plethora of things that you can do to make it just go for countless meals.
And I'll tell you what, like, it's kind of unexpected. You get a lot of the flavor profiles of everything we added kind of like hit you at different times. It's not just one, you know,
and that's the key
single
too.
flavor.
You have to stir. Some people they will do similar stuff like this and they won't stir it. They just kind of let it all go and then they just stir it at the end. I like stirring it the whole time so that it's an even balance, so that when every chip that you have tastes the same no matter what.
But you do, like, you get an initial taste and then all the ingredients just kind of start to filter their way through on your tongue. So
100%.
It's yummy. All right.
Yep.
That's good.
Well, that's good. I'm glad you liked it.
Yes, you have not disappointed yet. Except for the pineapple on pizza. We want to go over there again.
Yeah, no. That wasn't for me.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't get it. I still don't get it. But anyway, I digress. Where can they find all these recipes if they've missed any of them?
They can find them on all our social media platforms we have.
All right. And of course, if you have any questions about plumbing or anything like that, give them a call. And we will see you next time for one final recipe with Art for this year.